So I just got home from school. I'm sure some people are still in school, so who cares? But um, it was a rough day. Not for any particular reason. It's just rough. So I'm gonna just mess around on my strings for a little bit. Try and relax, that kind of thing. Hi. Ooh, they're being loud upstairs. What the heck? I don't even know what to play. And sorry that I don't have like something good as far as the camera goes. There's nothing to video. And like I have nothing to hold up the camera so that it'll see what I'm doing, which stinks. But one of these days I'll figure it out. Today's not that day though. Let's see. What's a song I know? Nope, that was not right. Whatever. Let's see. See, I have a uke too. Very fun instrument just to learn a few songs and mess about. Yeah, I got mine. Well, you guys know when I got mine. I have a video all about it, but I got that one, or this guy here, and it's been a blast to just be able to play music whenever. I learned about one of those like banjo ukuleles, and I'm about to spend more money for one of those because like I love the sound of a banjo, but banjos are big and heavy, and I am not strong, so that's a nice happy medium. So one of these days I will get one of those. It's also been nice to like learn more intricate chords because they're way easier on the ukulele than they are on the guitar. Like a lot easier. So if you strum a violin, it actually sounds like a banjo. I tried it once on one of my friend's violins. I have a violin. I don't think I've ever actually strummed it. Like I've done the picking on it before, which I don't love, but I've done that. And maybe I should try that. I would try it now, but for some reason I managed to bring the violin upstairs and I'm downstairs. It never leaves my bedroom ever, but for some reason it's up there now. Great timing. But anyway. Let's see, I played the flute. I have a couple of friends who play flute, and that is not something, that's not my area of expertise, but flutes are pretty cool. I like the sound they make. So, let's see, how are you today, Basil and people in the stream? My day has been rough. Like generally I'm doing good, but it's been a lot of ups and downs. Like I woke up really really tired, and then I had to go to class, and then when I got to class, um, some they managed to let all of the gross bugs into the room. Like someone didn't shut the window, even though there's like signs all over the place saying, "Hey, shut the windows." So there were bugs everywhere, and they're like my least favorite kind, and I just they're gross, and I hate them, and so they're all landing on me throughout the day. So that was very low. And then I went to my next class, and when I checked my grades, I found out that my accounting class, which I got like a 68 on the midterm, which is not good. Um, they curved it, so now I had an 88. So that took my grade from a C to an A, which, oh, thank goodness, right? So there was like that high lift moment from the very sunken, bad, gross bugs. But then I looked at my other grades, and this one class that I thought I was doing really well in, turns out that somehow they gave me a 0 because the assignment I turned in didn't really turn in, or like it was edited after the due date, only I turned it in prior to the due date. So I don't know how that works, and I'm like I was this close to crying, so I was not about to ask. Like I tell people like ask the teachers, like if you have a problem with your grade, ask them. At the very least they can do is help you figure out how to not regrade it. Um, but today is not the day for me to do that because if I did, I might have cried, and I can't do that. So maybe I'll try later. Anyway, so it was very like low, low, very high, then low again, and now I'm just trying like, ugh, I'm just trying to calm down. So that's why I'm like messing around on this guy. Oh, I learned a song. Um, so I think everyone knows I like pirates. So of course I love Pirates of the Caribbean and all of the stuff like that. I learned how to play A Pirate's Life for Me on here, so I'm going to show you guys that one because I'm very proud of it. But also, if I mess up, that's about average. Anyway, so anyway, so that one's fun. You can just like over and over and over again play it, and it's very therapeutic to me because it takes me back to good times that I enjoy. I'm gonna pull out my guitar and we're gonna see if it's even tuned. It's close, but I'm not sure. Let's see, I see a roller coaster day. Those days come back. They sure do. And when they hit you hard. I much prefer roller coaster weeks, where it's like this day was really good and then we had like a less good day and then we got back up to a good day, just cuz that's more it's more manageable for my poor emotions. They can't handle it. It's simply too much. Okay. See, guitar shred your fingers. We had to do guitar in music class, and the teacher said we were doing a good job if our fingers were hurting. Yes, that is very true. Like, the difference between ukuleles and guitars is quite significant because, like, the guitars have metal strings, and when you first start, it's it's a lot of work because you're supposed to use the tip of your finger, and while we use like our fingertips, we don't like that's really the pad part of the finger. So we don't really use our fingertips very much. And so that's a lot of skin that doesn't get a lot of stimuli very much. And so it's rough that first little bit. I remember the first, let's see, I started guitar and I think I started developing calluses within the first couple of days. That's because I played so much, like a lot. Like that was all I was doing. Um, Let me see if I'm tuned right. Give me 1 second. Close enough. Sounds about right. Mm-hmm. That one's on. Oh, I goofed up. I went and changed. Dang it. Gotta go back. Okay, fixed it again. Okay, good on that one. Okay, so it is in tune. Sometimes I have to check because this one, oh, it gets out of tune really quick. I think I need to go in and change the whatever. I have to learn the words first, frankly. But yeah, anyway, so my fingers were like red and sore for those first couple of days. But afterwards, I've gotten pretty good. And it no longer hurts to play. So you just have to get over that initial bump. But I have to make sure I practice my guitar evenly with what I do with my ukulele because the guitar is less portable. Ukulele is way more portable, so I end up playing that way more often. And if I don't continue to play the guitar, the ukulele strings are not strong enough to keep my fingers ready for these metal strings. So I had my brass band competition 2 days ago, and we were competing for the first time in secret. We had a really solid program. I got really good results. That's exciting. I've never done any like music band type things. I mean, there was a time that I think it was like middle grade or middle school or something. Not through a middle school, but just like when I was a middle school age. Um, I was doing violin, and I would do recitals and stuff like that. And my instrument collection is pretty wild because like I have this red guitar, right? And then I have my lovely ukulele that's all white and blue. And then I have my violin that's like a bright blue-green color. And so it's wild to be in a program that like you have people who are serious about violin, you know? Like they're serious about it. And so they have like the top quality best violins, and then there's me with my very cheap $100 bright blue online violin. I remember like when I first took it in, the teacher was like, "Can you send it back?" And I'm like, "I absolutely cannot. We're using this." But it's a little bit wild to be like the only bright blue, and you're like, I know I'm not the best, so it really brought a lot of attention to me that I did not need at the time. But I do love it. I love having the interesting looking instruments. And I love that I can finally seem to use them because I was not a musical person until like this summer. So anyway, um, I keep like playing songs that I've learned but like super slow. um, I hate F's. I hate F's. They're so hard. Do you see how it doesn't sound good? Like the rest of them sound so nice. Like that sounds good. You know, it sounds fluid, and then you come in here with an F, and it sounds like, oh, you know what? I did really well on that one. Ooh, normally it sounds like this. I don't know, something about it. Maybe you guys can't hear it, but like I hear it, and I'm like, ah. Let's see, yeah, music for me gives me a great hobby and confidence. So in all, it's great. Next year I've got solos, which will be graded for senior year. That's fun. So, so you got like, I don't know how school works. For someone who's like in it all the time, I really don't. Like, I've never had a music program through a school before, so I have no clue what half of this means. And it should be really intuitive, I think, but I just, I mean, I had music in like elementary school, right? But that's not, it's not real. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's more like, it's less serious when you get into, or than when you get into like older level classes. Does it make sense? Like, I think people put a lot more weight and effort into it when it's an upper level. Like, when you're just a kid learning for the first time, there might be some seriousness depending on the person, but like, I think generally, um, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna be just like, you know, because like when I was a kid, I wasn't sure that I wanted to play anything. I just kind of was. So it wasn't like a serious hobby for me. It was just a thing to do. And so like that's the difference is what I'm saying. Anyway. Okay. What does that sound weird? I hate F's. Oh my gosh. If only that one was like easier. That oh, I don't know. I like playing the guitar because it feels like it's more impressive. Because in a sense, it almost is because the chords are harder, right? Like that's the only thing that makes guitar. I'm putting quotes like more impressive than ukulele, only because it's just a little bit tougher. Um, but gosh dang, I just the whole reason I got a ukulele, the whole reason, I'm not even joking, the whole reason I got a ukulele was because the F chord on a ukulele is so easy. Um, and I just wanted to be able to play songs that I liked that had F's in them. And so, like, I'm practicing on the guitar because eventually I will get good at playing F's. You know, because practice makes good, right? Um, and so this is my kind of, I'm too impatient to wait for me to be good at guitar, so I'm doing like an easier version. But I can play like all sorts of songs on here. I'm trying to think of one. That kind of thing. Like I can play that song now, and that one's full of F's, so I can't like play that on my guitar quite yet. Let's see. I have a red ukulele with a shark on it. See, that's pretty dope. Shark would be super cool. Gosh dang. And I do love my little fish though. They are cute. I think honestly, anytime an instrument has like an animal on it, that's top notch right there. Really. Clean it off every day because it collects dust. Oh, I messed up. Maybe I should just learn a song and do it right. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Let me catch up on these comments. Used to be a shark lover actually until I had a nightmare about a shark attack when I was little, which changed me. Yeah, no, I imagine that would. Carousel Queen. I play ukulele too. That's awesome. I do love to see other uke players, just because, heck yeah, you know. See if I could engrave something onto my brass instrument. I would probably get in trouble since it's a higher. Yeah. Engraved are so cool. Like getting something engraved, it just feels, you know, that's awesome. Um, Sharks are scary, but they're part of the ocean. Heck yeah, they are. See, we must respect the ocean. Stop global warming, y'all. Yeah. M7 is a stretch on the ukulele. I'm gonna look that one up. I think I know it, but I'll play it and you'll be like, that's not it. My whole learning style for for these instruments so far has been like learn one song, right? That'll get you a bunch of chords. And then once you've done that, go in and find new songs that you like and try and get it so that they have new chords that you haven't learned so far. That way I'm constantly learning new chords. Makes sense. But it's like it's an easy way because you're slowly adding chords to your repertoire. FM7. Let's look at this. 7 ukulele chord. So I'm seeing that it's like a barred chord, or you can do it at. So let's see. There's also. Then there's, if I go down to the 4th fret, these two. That sounds about the same, right? 10th fret. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, there's 12 of them. I was not aware of that. So down to the 10th and the 11th is on lost in. It is pretty. It does use all your fingers. And then you can also bar the entire 8th fret. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does it sound the same? Yeah, it does. At least pretty close. It's kind of cool to see like the different ways that you can do it. Like different chords. Thank you for alerting me of the time clock. You can stop now. Yeah. See, that's interesting, because this one says that you can do, let's see. Ooh. Very, very, very interesting. Let's see. Do you know the music artist Cave Town? That sounds familiar. If I have, it's like briefly I recognize the name, not because I've listened to him or anything like that. Cave Town. I'm gonna look him up. Okay, let's see. What kind of songs do you got, bud? Blends the style elements, or his style blends elements of indie rock and bedroom pop. I have no clue what bedroom pop is supposed to mean. Lemon Boy sounds familiar. See, this is where it goes like, do I even know what I know? It seems familiar, but I have no kind of like recollection of what any of it would be. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm gonna say I haven't heard him before, but let's see. I'm learning one of his songs on ukulele called Meteor Shower. See, that's exciting. I've been learning a lot of 21 Pilots Um, been trying to do some Billy Joel because I really like Billy Joel songs, especially now because I'm an inconvenienced young adult. um, what else have I learned? I want to learn Queen songs, I guess. At least not beginners. um, I've learned some. Let's see, what it was. I learned Country Roads because that's essential. No, it's Country That was the first one I played on the guitar. Ugh. And it's been really nice to be able to like carry songs over from guitar to the ukulele. There's a couple that I've been able to do that with, so it's been really nice. Um, there's something so relaxing about the uke and guitar. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. They are very, very chill instruments, you know, like violin's fun, but it's a very high class instrument and there's a lot of rigidness. I don't know what the word is. To it because you know you have to stand up straight and you got to make sure everything's just right or else you're gonna die, you know, and you're gonna drop the violin and it's gonna crash and burn or whatever. But um, with guitar, I think there's a lot of room for just easy, relaxed playing, and it's nice. See, with brass, you spit down the mouthpiece, and it's great. Ugh, I don't have the lung capacity for for a brass instrument. Oh my goodness. I barely have the lung capacity to breathe, so I'm always impressed with them though. Gosh dang, don't they sound awesome? I also love instruments because like they sound really cool, especially when you're not playing them. Like when I have no clue how an instrument works, it's magical. But when you learn, you realize like with brass, you're spitting down the mouthpiece, or like with guitar, you're playing until your fingers get like weird and flat. Like my fingertips are no longer around because my calluses have just worn them down. But some of the translations are hard. Let's see. Let's see. It's so funny when you're finished with playing, you sometimes get a mark where your mouth has been on the mouthpiece. See, that's wild. Ooh. See, that would be a lot because, like, imagine you have to, like, you don't get. This is pretty much good. Like, I get dust on this. Like, I should technically wipe it down underneath the strings so the dust goes away, but that's work, and I don't need to do that today. I can do it tomorrow. expect it to wipe me out like it did. But gosh dang. And I have to finish the video for tomorrow. I'm really close to being done, but I'm not yet done. I swear this entire month, every single video that I post it like 20 minutes prior to it being due, because school has just demanded so much time. But we'll get it done. I have to go in and voice everything. So it's the last step, and once I do that, I can post it. Oh, you know what's hard? I've been trying to figure out like finger picking, and the thing is, every time I try and figure out like how to make it easier, they tell you to get like a thumb pick. It's something you put on your thumb so that your thumb can pick correctly. But the thing is, like, that's the only finger on my entire hand that will pluck the strings in any kind of way that makes sound. And I can't figure out like why the rest of my fingers won't. Like, my pinky's okay, but the rest of them just kind of stink at it. And it's like, it's one thing on guitar, because this one's inherently louder than my ukulele, like by a surprising margin. So like, right? But then you go over to my ukulele, and if I don't do it just right, see, I'm on my best behavior, so it sounds decent. But like, it's very, I'm not doing a good job at demonstrating it at all, but like, that's rough. Like, I really want to just use my thumb, because I get better sound. If I could place them on the right thing. Ooh. Ooh. Anyway, so it's finger picking and that gosh dang F chord. Those are the things that I'm trying to figure out. We're trying. See, my instrument is loud, so I can't play in the mornings. I have to wait until everyone has woken up. I can play whenever I want, which is very nice. Like, there's times where it'll be like 3 in the morning and I just want to strum things as I go to bed. And so I just have my ukulele and I'll just lay in bed 3 in the morning, tired, eyes shut, and I'll just kind of play until I know that I'm like that close to falling asleep. And then I'll just put it down. I'll be done. And it doesn't wake anyone up. It doesn't bother anyone, which is really nice. Let's see, what's your favorite chord? On the guitar, it's probably, I really like G. I don't know why. I just do. And I also like A7. Those are kind of my two favorites. Like, I just really like, it's just nice. And then A7, that one's just kind of fun and it's different, but it's super easy to play. I always get excited when songs have that in them. I really like F on the uke though. Again, because all of my favorite songs have Fs. So to be able to play that is very, very nice. I also like B minor, but I took a lot of time to learn it, and now I can just go into it really quick. Because it's one of those ones where you have to like bar 3 chords, and then you have to stretch, and so it's not easy, but it can be done now, and I'm pretty A-okay at it, and so it's very exciting. Let's see, who needs a therapy animal when you have a uke? Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I do love playing these instruments are so dang good. It's just very exciting to be able to play them. But it's also exciting because they carry over to other strings pretty easily. Like I went to a family thing, and my extended family is very musical. They're musical like since they were kids, and I'm musical since like 3 months ago. So there's a difference. Um, but one of them has a banjo, so I got to play that banjo, and it was really cool because when I was playing it, I looked up a chord sheet real quick and then played a couple of the songs that I'm pretty good at the timing for. And it was exciting because he's like, "Oh my gosh, how long have you been playing? 'Cause that was really good." And I'm like, "Oh, well." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, really? I thought you'd been playing at least for a little bit." I'm like, "Nah." That little bit is as long as I've been playing that song. So, like 3 minutes. But yeah, like guitar easily transferred to banjo, guitar to ukulele, and those two easily transferred to banjo. It's just about the chord shapes. It's also really fun to just go around and like sing, you know? Like I don't have to sing about anything good. The lyrics don't have to be nice. I just sing to a chord progression. You just come up with a tune for whatever. Like, I don't know what song that is. It might be a song, it might not be, but it works. It's also really funny when I think I'm going for one chord and then, like, I default to another, and you get, like, this weird disharmony between what I thought I was gonna sing with and what I actually ended up playing, and so you get, like, ah, it sounds awful. So that one's always funny. Uh, um, oh, one of my favorites is, so I really like old 50s songs just because they're simple and they're kind of sweet sometimes. I just like them. They make me real nostalgic for a time that I never existed in, right? Um, but the nice thing is that a good vast majority of them have the exact same chord progression. So if you know one, you can basically play all of them. And I really like that. Anyway, so they like that. I took music lessons as a kid, between violin and piano, that kind of thing. And I think my parents are just excited that like something came of it, because I didn't do music for a good long time there. Like nothing. I wasn't about to even pick up anything, not even to try. Like I was not in the mood. And now I'm like putting things together and I'm playing all the time and they have to tell me to shut up because I just play over everything because I don't realize they're doing stuff. So it's pretty funny. Let's see, my music teacher has given me the trombone to play for next year. She has next year's jazz bands. The jazz band needs more trombones. Been on trombones for 15 weeks or so now. See that one's a cool instrument too. So let's see. What was I gonna say? Do you play just the trombone, or do you play more of those type of instruments? Cause that's cool. It's a very nice sound, and I like them a lot. I think there's like a jazz orchestra thing coming to town, and because I'm a college student, and they're performing on the college campus, I think I can get in free. So I probably will end up going to that unless something else pops up and says, that has priority over that kind of thing. See, I play trombone, baritone, horn. Don't know what a baritone horn is. You can look it up. So I think I have a sense of what a baritone horn is, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. But let's see, baritone horn. Oh, that's pretty wild. Been playing baritone for 4 years. That's a lot of years. Baritone horn, sometimes called a baritone, is a low pitch brass instrument. I love like any kind of brass instrument. Like they are just so pretty. Like just to see how the metal's like weaving back and forth, like it's cool. See, I love the lower sounding instruments. They're beautiful. I love lower sounding instruments too. Oh my goodness. They're so nice. Like I can my vocal range is very very limited. Um so really soprano instruments are very hard to sing with, and very low instruments are also very hard to sing with. Um but the lower ones I seem to have more luck with. So I do appreciate them more. You know, they're fun. Like even as a kid, I would always sing with like the lower notes just because otherwise I'd sound squeaky and that's gross. Hello, welcome. We're just talking instruments. Nope, that's not a chord at all. Oh my gosh. So it's no one's birthday, but like I learned to play Happy Birthday. So now I play it all the time. Just cause like why not? It's easy. It's simple. Let's see. I just got a ukulele. I did too. Is it still just got I don't know how many weeks it's been. No, it's been a month, so that's a little bit less just got. Yeah. So I didn't just get. Like I got recently, but not just. Just you know, just passes. See, when I got it, it was not tuned correctly. It was low tuned, so it gets out pretty easy. Like in comparison to I think I've tuned this guy once since I've got him. Like I was like, maybe I should check, and then I checked, and I think he was still in tune. Like he's staying in tune pretty well, and I appreciate that because like I do not want to have to go and find the tuner every time I pull this guy out. Whereas in my guitar, I have to check every single time. Every single time. And it gets a little bit old. And I think all I have to do is just like tighten something on the tuning. Like keep it so it stops moving so much. Because these are very loose. And if I just tightened them, I think that would help. But I'm not sure. And I'm too lazy to look it up, so I just tune it every time. You know? So you've given your uke a gender. Not necessarily, but like, I don't know. He keeps coming out, so I guess I have in a sense. I think he is just my default. If I can like find the right fret. I've learned some Phantom of the Opera songs on my ukulele, which is super funny to me because like Phantom of the Opera is like, I don't know, just the contrast between the instrument I'm playing it on and the fanciness of the musical itself kind of cracks me up. Oh, fun one. Let's see, we did a hymn in our brass band, and when I was playing, I was trying not to cry because it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, that would be awful to start just bawling in the middle of like a performance or something. There have been songs that made me cry, but but there's no time for tears, you know. But I do love a song that'll make you cry. I forget which one. Let's see. I love how music is a different language and can stir up so much in the heart. Yeah, it's a language that we all inherently understand, but none of us necessarily know the grammar. You know what I mean? Like I have no clue how to put together a song that would make me cry, but I know it when I hear it, you know, and I get that message. Ugh. So we all interpret lyrics and sounds differently. It's amazing. Yeah. It's funny how, like, what really does it for one person just will not at all for another. Like, my, I think it's my mom is the one who, why are you reconnecting? What's up? Got this huge reconnecting sign on my screen. Just reconnect. Ugh. Take this time. Let's see, like I'd send a song to one of my friends that I absolutely adore, and they'll be like, "What even is this?" That's true. Or people will send me a song and they're just like, "This is the best thing on the earth," and I'm like, "Ugh, I disagree." Not because it's not good. I just that's not it for me. That's not what I'm here for. I don't know why it has this huge reconnecting sign on my end. Why? It's obnoxious. I don't know if anyone's hearing what I'm saying. I would like to just have that gone, if you wouldn't mind. The camera still responds and everything, so I can't even see if it's frozen. Ugh, whatever. I think my favorite part about learning guitar and ukulele is specifically learning chords and kind of being able to just mess around and see how on earth could anyone even write a song? Like, how does that work? You know, and like I start to get it now. You know, it makes a lot more sense. And so, like before, it was like I would never in my life be able to write a song because nothing about that kind of music language makes sense as far as speaking it. Like I can understand it, I can hear it, I just can't speak it, you know. But now I'm feeling better about it. I could probably write a song if I wanted to. Good, maybe, maybe not. Bad, probably, but a song nonetheless. Ugh. Let's see. I like alternative modern rock music. The beats of drums and electric guitars are so cool. But my fair share of acoustic songs are great too. I do love I do love a good rock song. I do love some electric guitar. They sound so cool. Um yeah, they're awesome. But I too appreciate the acoustic songs because those are the ones I can recreate. So I love those ones. Easy to play, nice to listen to. They're just very simple, you know, like they're acoustic songs seem to like they're very nostalgic, you know, kind of back to simpler times kind of mood. At least that's what I get from them. Seem much more I don't know what a comparison word would be, but like there's a difference. Like if I were to write a song, it would probably be like a 60s folk music type song. Because it seems like they use a lot more acoustics in that kind of genre, and it's all I don't know. That would be where I'd end up writing songs. But I don't know. Pair more instruments together, so that they can support each other and make a more full sounding music noise. um, but we're starting. See, what would your favorite band or song album? What would be? I should learn to read. Um, so I'm going through one of those stages where it fluctuates like every single day. But I think one band that's very very solid as far as like I will like it's probably Panic at the Disco. Very much like that. And then Billy Joel has been one that I've loved like my entire time as a kid, and I don't know. Those are pretty solid songs that I'll appreciate and like bop. They're bops for me. Whether or not like they're the one thing that fuels my entire mood that day, give or take, but um, they're solid. Like if you have to guess, those are gonna work. Let's see, I feel like you either pick music or sport, at least for me. Yeah, or like even more general, there's either sport people or there's art people, you know? And so I've really hit on that art thing. Which is funny because, people always are like, hey, you should go, go to these art things. You'll really enjoy them. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. I like to do art. I don't love looking at art, you know? Like, I do like that in the sense of looking at other people's art that are in the same genre as mine, but I'm not a fine artist. That's not my thing. So people are like, yeah, there's an art gallery. And I'm like, that's great. And I'm sure it's good, but I don't particularly care. So there's not a lot that I'm going to be able to take from it other than just appreciation for it. And leaving the house, that's hard. I don't remember how I got on this topic. Oh well. Let's see. If you could pick an animal to best represent you, what would it be? Um, I might be biased, but like I think I've basically picked that goats represent me since I was a kid. So that one's pretty stuck hard. I love them, and they're cute and they're pretty smart considering. Um, but like they look dumb, and I can relate to that. You know, being like looking real average, looking real dumb, but being at least halfway decent and kind of you know uh, surprising people a little bit. One of my favorite things, like I'll watch people, they'll have interactions with goats, and like from that, like before they interact with the goat, they're like, oh, it's just a goat, it's dumb and stupid, I guess. But then when they like interact with goats, there's like a new respect because oh my gosh, they're actually super cute. Oh my gosh, they're actually super, nice. I mean, you get mean goats, and we don't love mean goats, but like the ones that are cute and cuddly, those are it. I think about them every day. I want one so bad, but oh gosh, that messed up all sorts of ways. Let's see, I would probably either represent myself as a deer or a wolf. Predator or prey. Well, you know what? Duality. Do both. Why not? Be one of those deer with like the fangs. I don't even remember what those are called, but they have like fangs. I know it. I know they do. You be one of those. Let's see. It is 4:40. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm feeling way better than I did when I came home. It's funny how that works. See, I subbed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a whole lot. Oh, it's nice to have you aboard. See, it's 11:43 a.m. here. Ooh, you're just starting your day. I mean, that's when I would just be starting. I am not a morning person. Cannot deal. Let's see. How is your life, ma'am? It's going. We're working through it. I'm in this weird, gross middle place of so it's a discovery. We gotta go through it and just accept that it's not gonna go perfect, and it's gonna be um stressful at times. But generally, I'm doing good. Have a nice support system, a good family, that kind of thing. So let's see. I like your voice and your song. Thank you very much. It's very nice to hear. It's like the only thing I play anymore because it's always going through my head. See, I like how when you're playing, I can hear other songs I know and fit them in the lyrics. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, sometimes I worry that people can't hear the song I'm playing or like a song, songs share chord progressions. It's fine. Like I'm always worried that they're just hearing like the repetitiveness Because there's some times where it's like it's one chord for quite a bit, and I like forget the tune, so I'm stuck there playing the chord until, you know, switching over to the next one. Um, let's see. There's this one song that I've been listening to like on repeat because it has just enough of a rebellious power, you know, and it's Mercy by Muse. So I learned it on here too. I always have to work into it though. Strum patterns are fun to figure out. Yes, I do love the strum patterns because that'll make or break the song. Like, I usually default to like down, down, up, down, down. I think down, up, down, down. Oh, it's down, down, up, down, and then repeat. So that's usually what I do as like a default because I just kind of like it. But I also, like, there's some songs that if I do that, it throws the timing off completely. And so I end up, no, that's not even a chord. Sometimes I mix up the chords. Like, I think I'm playing a G, but I'm using the chord shape for the guitar, not the uke. Let's see, so. Like, this one has, like, what's the song? I think it's called Mr. Bojangles. I think that's it. Maybe it's just Bojangles. Anyway, and if I play any other strum pattern than oh, that's not it. Oh my gosh. I'm not even sitting up straight. I should sit up and play properly. That's what I should do. Ugh. I messed up my timing counting, but like, you know, it's that kind of thing where if I don't strum right, then I end up taking too long, and it just. Can we see how you play? I want to show you. Unfortunately, my setup for how I normally do live streams is not going to work for this, and I didn't realize it until like I started. But at that point, I'd already set my head to like I'm doing a live stream today. So one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to set it up so that this camera, because I'm just using my iPad, so you know that's how high quality this is. So I can like sit down and just show you the guitar or the ukulele, like that kind of thing. So that's on my to-do list is to figure out a setup for that, and then I'll probably do another one of these, and then you guys can see me actually strum the guitar and strum the ukulele, that kind of thing. So, you know, it's not easy to do like a tripod thing with an iPad. They don't really make them for those. So it's all about like balancing and like stacking things up so it sits right. It's a mess. But yeah, so I'm going to figure that out. And then next time the goal is that you will be able to see the instruments. But should have seen my first art setup. I had to do crazy things so you could see the art. Yeah, I'm still at that place. Like, I have no money, you know? I can't, I can't be buying stuff to actually do well on live streams. So, I have a hamster cage thing, like it's supposed to be a playpen for a hamster, but I don't have a hamster. I don't know why I have it, but it's just tall enough that I can, like, show my art. And that's usually what I set my iPad on, and it just sits there, and it works okay. That's why you guys always see, like, the yellow bars and stuff, but, that kind of thing. But that doesn't work when I'm trying to show that shows, I don't know. It doesn't work. It's the whole point. And one of these days I'll figure out some crazy setup to be able to show you guys how I play. Anyway, bye. Thank you. I'm glad you like my music. Let's see. Have you seen the new Aladdin movie? I have. I don't know. The way that the trailer did its thing, like, it made me very excited. And so I made sure to see it when it, like, first came out. It was, like, first couple of weeks or something. I thought it was great. Like, I kind of like it more than the original. Not because it's better or anything. The music in this one, I like it and I respond to it better than the original. So, but, like, the original is pretty dang good, too. Let's see, me neither. I'm just a kid. I use a really big toy TARDIS from Doctor Who. That's awesome. Yeah, you do what you have to in order to be able to video. Let's see. I saw it on big screen. It was incredible. They added a new song for Jasmine too. Yeah, the new song that Jasmine sang was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And it was the song where he's running from the, I don't know what it's called, and I can't think of the tune right now, but it's the one where he's running from the guards or whatever with Jasmine, because she's still in her, whatever. I don't know. I can't think of words. She's still in her, like, peasant clothes, and they're running away together, and he's singing. And it was interesting, because, like, I could tell that they sped it up. You know what I mean? Like, it was a stop motion type thing, where they were, like, acting it out really slow. That way, when they had to do the stunts and stuff, they could do it at a safer pace, and then they would just speed it up. But there were parts where they're walking, and you can tell, because, like, you don't walk the same at a normal pace as you do when you're slow. I don't know. That was, like, the one point that I was a little bit taken out of the movie, because I was realizing what they were doing rather than what I was watching. Does it make sense? Anyway, other than that, I thought it was fabulous. And I also would recommend it. So, if you get a chance, take it. Why not? I should learn some more Disney songs. I just need a bird so I can play the pirate song with a bird on my shoulder. That seems fitting. So I played A Whole New World for my practice solo. I bet that sounded awesome. Yeah, I didn't love A Whole New World when, like, watching the original animated one. It just, it was one of those ones where, like, everyone loves it, and I'm sitting there like, I don't get it. But then the way that, like, they added some new backup type of sounds and the back. Get it. Like, oh, is that what you guys see in the song? It's awesome. Let's see. Sadly, I don't play on a guitar. I'm a band kid. I have a clarinet named Pedal. You named the clarinet. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. What was I looking at? The octave jump kills me. Oh yeah, I bet. Oh, I forget about an octave jump. Oof. See, I'm just terrible at names, so I don't name anything. Like it's a miracle that any of my characters have names at all. But I like do weeks and weeks of research, just to make sure that I get the right one because I like by myself I would just have terrible names. What am I looking for? Yeah. Maybe I'll learn some more songs, some Disney ones, because those will go over well. Let's see, I drew a badger cross as cross little dragon. Sherbert's a cute name. Sherbert's one of those names that I like might think about naming something and then I would think, ooh, that's a dumb name. But then someone else uses it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's precious, it's perfect. You know what I mean? Like it's not. There's a lot of names like that. Like if I ever suggested it as a name, I'd be like, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? But then someone else does and I'm like, it's perfect. Oh my gosh, brilliance. Yeah, I got distracted. Ooh. That seems weird. That lasted a bit, but whatever. Let's see. Only a week or two for the clarinet. That's crazy. If I had to pick like a wind instrument, um, it would probably be where I'd end up going. Yeah, I bet you're pretty great at it. No, like, plus if you're having fun, that always helps. It's one thing to be like okay at it and not enjoy it, and it's a whole nother to be like enjoying it because that just automatically spikes it up. You know, your motivation to do stuff too. Like if I didn't like guitar, I wouldn't be playing guitar. And if I didn't like ukulele, I wouldn't be playing it either. And I wouldn't care to get better. I can like feel heat coming off of my device, which probably isn't great for it, but like my cold fingers love it. So yeah, that's why I don't play trumpet. I wanted to, but it wasn't love at first note like pedal. Yeah, you know what? Some instruments just don't click. You know? Like my poor violin, it gets outed. Like I never touch it. I still haven't touched it. But like it's been, let's see, I started before high school. So it's been like 5 years since I picked it up. And I still, like, even though I'm much more into being able to play music, I'm not really interested in picking it up. You know, like, why would I do that when I can play with these two instruments? Like, I love them. It's just difficult, you know? Although I should go and figure out how to play it again. Like, it wouldn't take long, but I have to go relearn because it's been 5 years. Because then I could do, like, because that's a melody instrument, you know? And these are much more backup. And it'd be cool to pair them together. It's kind of like my guitar, poor Clara. She sits in the closet all day, and yeah, I get you. Yeah, you know, I feel bad sometimes, you know? Like, it doesn't really, and I'm pretty sure it feels bad that I don't play with it very much. Ooh. Let's see, Rainbow Arts. Hey, hello, thanks for joining. Let's see, with mine, I was supposed to play trumpet because there were brass lessons at school, but I got in late and got to play baritone. The old instrument was sitting in the back of the storage cupboard. Although I don't have the same one now. See, that's a fun, like, getting into the story. Like, I don't know, the story of how you started playing. Like, that's a fun story. So mine is, my sister actually got the guitar. It was hers originally, and she got it at, like, a yard sale. She bought it for, like, $5. You know, so it was a steal of a deal. And then she never ended up playing it, and at one point I just picked it up and decided that I was gonna learn it. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So I actually looked up some stuff and I learned some songs and it just worked. And so I bought my guitar from my sister for $7. So it's the cheapest instrument I will ever own. But you know, I love hearing stories about how people get into things, you know? Like what happened so that something you're passionate about became that way. have you. See you later, Becca. Thanks for chatting with us. Let's see. I like how some things just fall into place. Yeah. It's funny how life just kind of tends to line up. I mean, what choice does it really have, right? But it kind of just works out. And that's comforting. How's everyone? I'm doing way better. I think I said it before, but it was a little bit of a rough day, but now, and that's nice. Again, sorry that the footage is so boring. It's just a black screen at this point, but like, let's see, I'm pretty good on school holidays and chilling. So, when you say school holidays, like obviously you're in a different time zone because you're like beginning of the morning. I just started school. Are you just like ending school? Or like have just ended school? Or like how does your school year work out? Let's see, we're on a term break. So we get 2 weeks off and then back to school for the last 10 weeks. Oh, that sounds lovely. We should do that here. Maybe we do. I don't. We just kick through it. We just head first, butt through it all, and it's awful. But whatevs. I don't think I get a break until October 18th. That's the day I get off. And then I don't get any more days off until Thanksgiving. And I only get 3 days off for that, now that I'm in college. Like, I don't know what the crap college thinks it's on about, but whatever. It has its pros and cons, you know? Yep. College, highest of education. So they say. It's kind of been my least favorite of all of the different schools I've had to deal with. Because, like, high school never claims to give you freedom. We all know that high school kind of stinks. But college is, like, everyone's just like, you're gonna love it so much, and it's just all good all the time, and, you got some struggles with, like, grades occasionally, but, there's always social events going on. It's like, I have not seen said social events yet. And when there are social events, it's always an outside thing when it's raining. So, what can I say? And it doesn't rain very often here, so. Now, that being said, I would never want to go to high school again. Never ever. I would pick college over high school any day. It's getting cold here. And so now I'm like wearing a million layers. But I can't ever wear gloves because that makes it so I can't like draw and stuff. And so my fingers are always cold. Let's see. So we have a sophomore and a junior. Sophomore year was the worst year of high school for me. It got way easier after that. Um, but I don't know that could, because I had kind of a weird circumstance where I stopped like my junior and senior year. I started going to college for a lot of it, and for me, just as, whew, just a relief, So college wasn't a big deal, and then because it was college mostly, the high school part kind of got way easier, so that's why that got easier. Um, Junior year was pretty okay. It was a culture shock going from tiny, tiny school to like giant, like multiple buildings. It's like a whole city block, all of it full of just different places that I'd have to go and figure out where everything was. But other than that, it was enjoyable, you know. It was way better than sophomore year, so that alone. But let's see. We're going into spring on the others. I love spring because they're very balanced as far as like weather. So, love that. Let's see, our school has 2,500 students. It's big. My school, at no point ever was it above 200 people in the building. And that's with like, parents might walk into the building, like that kind of thing. Like, never was there more than 200 people at any given time. And like, we had no sports programs, no music programs, like very, very, very tiny. It's actually supposed to be an office space. Where I went to school, it was supposed to be an office space, but somehow someone managed to charter a school. So, it's tiny, and it made it so that, like, everyone had to be nice to each other because you will see them again, most likely within, like, 2 to 3 minutes, because there was, like, one hallway, and if you weren't in that hallway, you were in the one other hallway. And there's, like, no hiding, so that was kind of a crazy experience. a lot of people in your schools. That's so much. Let's see. Oh, a crow is a good pick. I love crows. Crows are just everywhere. And like we have crows other time of year, 30 times more crows. 30 times more. Okay, I don't know how to form a sentence, but like a heck of a lot more crows. Let's see, we have a little crow who comes to my house. We bond. That's cute. That's sweet. See, in my house we have hawks. There's 3 little baby hawks, and they live out in the big trees across the street. And they'll come to my house, and we have to like make sure our chickens are safe from them because like if they get even any bigger, they'll probably just swoop them away. But yeah, I kind of love birds. Has it already been like 2 hours? Holy cow. That's crazy. My how time flies when I partially play music, but also mostly talk. Yeah, apparently it's been like we're we're like 9 minutes away from 2 hours. Part of me wants to just go until I hit the 2 hour mark, because why not? But also part of me says like, hey, you haven't eaten yet. So, I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Lucky is a good name for a crow. Cute. I should come up with like a fun theme song for the channel. include an A7 because I love that chord for no good reason. Let's see, pick one word that describes you. Big question. I don't know. See, every time people ask me something that's like, describe yourself, I immediately forget every word ever. I guess I'd pick ambitious. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, not necessarily even big ambition, but like, sometimes I feel it. Let's see. Seeker's a good word. That's a fun one. Says a lot about personality. I think it's a great one. Quiet. Yeah. I find that quiet people are super smart because when they're not talking, they're listening. That kind of thing. I guess that's the chord. Thank you. I have been practicing like nonstop, so it's good to know that something's coming from it. I gotta figure out something that makes that progression like. Cause I don't think. Maybe I'll figure out. Oh, D. Let's try that. That's close. So what I'm playing, just so you're aware, I'm playing a C and then a G, 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 C, G, A7, D7, like for the ending part, I'd like to do one that has like like a lower like maybe it's oh, it's a C. Okay, there we go. I knew I'd find it. Interesting. I like that. That could be in like a yeah, you know, it's fun to play with around with the progressions because you can get some cool noises out of it. I think one of these days I'll figure out some kind of like theme song type of thing, and then I'll make like an actual official intro for my videos. Wouldn't that be fun? That's probably what I'll do. C G A7 D7 G. Yeah, I'll figure it out. It'll be fun. Favorite color. Sorry, I like to do conversation. My favorite colors, I really like a soft yellow, and I love green toned blues. You know what I mean? Like blue, green, turquoise, anything that's like a blue color with a little bit of the green added in. That those are my favorite kind of tones. Not necessarily together. Yellow and that isn't necessarily my favorite, but I do like them like alone. Those are pretty solid. Oh my gosh, we hit the 2 hour mark. Right? Did I do my math right? 120? That's 60 twice. I know how to do math. Yeah, we're at 2 hours. That's crazy. Indigo, teal, and aquamarine. Yeah, I like a teal and an aquamarine. Those are good. Yeah. I think I need to wrap this up so that I can go get some food. Um, but like, feel free to keep chatting it up in the comments afterwards. Will that work? Because what time is it? 5:30, and I have yet to eat food. I need to stretch. Mm. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, Thank you guys so much for joining and listening to me just mess around. You know, chatting it up. It's been a real fun time. Next time I'm gonna figure out how to get it so you guys can see me play. That would make it so much more interesting. I know it would. I'm gonna do it. So, talk to y'all later. Bye.